Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. I didn't got time to like add all those details, and I saw your mail or message today only. So I'll forward that. Okay, now only forward. Nobody joined, so I'll just forward it now. That text you asking for, right?
Yes, sir. Like I tried mine, like it was getting stretched unnecessarily.
Stretched.
Yes, sir.
How?
Like it was too big compared to the reference. The one which I had, the stones were too big. Even if I the texture which I got for was 1K. Even if I turned it to 2K, also it was like still getting
Blurry.
big stones, bigger stones compared to the reference.
Okay, okay. Let's just give me a second. Have to save it. Oh, it's coming back folder. 194, 191. Okay, I just mailed it.
Thank you, sir.
So like this is so you understood, no? Like same process I'll follow here. Like I'll dynamesh it, remesh it, and transfer all the detail, and then use all this texture and create this pattern, right? So especially for this what do you call it? Hard surface like architecture, all those things where you don't have any animation, huh? Where you don't have any animation. So we what we can do is we can simply remesh, or we can just simply decimate and remesh it and use that model directly. We can do that as well. By that, what happens? Basically, we'll get the exact shape without losing any detail, because this kind of structure, obviously we cannot use 3 million, 13 million polygons. We have to reduce it. So for that, like suppose we have this one. Let's go to this one. Okay, okay. Just as isolate and shift F and check. You can see it's if I go to subdivide, it's quite high poly, right? We cannot use this for our low poly model. So what we can do is we can convert our high poly into low poly very easily. So for this, like because this is not for organic, not for anything interactive. This is only for all those static models. The static model, there's no deformation, no animation, no interaction for those models. So like for this kind of stuff, either we can manually model it, or manually modeling is also quite easy for this kind of structure, or we can use this thing, uh, Z animation, Control Shift D. Make sure duplicate your model and delete all your low poly and everything. Remesh, there's no group, nothing. Remesh your model. And this is for your portfolio. Like that technique I'm showing, this is suppose you want to create this for your portfolio. This is only and only for your portfolio thing, not for your suppose you want to create anything. You have to remodel it. I'll show the both the technique how to retopo this model. Exact same thing what we did in uh, character. We retopo the face, right? Exact same thing. We have the base model for this. So you can see uh, it doesn't work very nicely. Very bad. Oh, sorry. I have to switch off. I have to switch off my this thing, what do you call symmetry. Then finish. what happened to Tarun? Like it's been like quite a few days. He's not joining any class. So Ramesh will give you something like this, but this is not highly optimized, right? This is not highly optimized. So for this, there are like lots of couple of things we can do. Either we can define the Ramesh guides and then create the entire model. We can do that, or we can just simply like we can use this model, but it won't give you any error. We can unwrap it, it can directly do it very easily. It will bake everything, all texture, everything will be fine. But thing is, this is not the like right way to do it. Like for suppose you are doing something for your portfolio and you really want to do it quickly, save some time. So that time you can use this technique. You can use this, and then because these all quads, so you can unwrap it nicely, and you can just simply unwrap it and then bake all your information and create your texture very easily. But this is not the right way. This is only works for your portfolio or if you want to do something really quickly. In that case only. But actual process is Control Z. I just duplicated, deleted everything so that I should like I my actual file won't be affected. Shift F. So I have all the details. So I'll decimate this model. Process. Will take a little bit time. That is like quite heavy. 2 million polygons. Quickly. Done. Now 20% is more than good enough. Decimate. Shift F and check. You can see this is like kind of quite dense. I don't want it this dense because this is something I need it as a base so that I can import into my file and create the exact shape. So 20% is way too much, so maybe 5%. Enter, decimate correct. This is also 1 lakh. So suppose I want to reduce it even further, 0.5. Yeah, this is like I'm pretty happy with this. And you can like decimate it and you can unwrap it and use this model as well. This also works perfectly. But this is not the right process to do it for production. Like when you are working in a studio or something, this is not the right process. You have to export this into your Mac. Oh, sorry, let's do that. Export. Create new folder. Decimated. This is my this phone. That's okay. Do not do OBJ. Anything. Same similar process and follow for other structure as well. This is for I guess kind of I have a lower division. You can say this is like quite low. We have a low poly version already. So this is I we can use directly because we have created the base in Max and then imported and subdivided and modified couple of shapes. But so now I can just simply export this and use it. This I don't know some prop, some decoration part underscore low. So I'm mentioning low so that I can identify this is my final low poly model. I can use it directly. Then we have this. Okay. So for this kind of structure, Control W once the same poly group, and I have to decimate this as well. Reprocess. Please. For this, let's keep 20% initially. What? Not yet pre-computed. What is it? I just pre-computed this, right? Pre-computing almost done. Done. Decimate, correct. Shift 50. This is still way too dense. I don't want this dense. Like this is not my low poly. This is just the base or the reference point for my low poly. So zero point 0.5. Yeah. This is just the reference point. We already have a low poly base model, so most probably this will match with that perfectly. Like few broken this thing I have to match. Otherwise, this will match with this thing. Some arts, those things. Okay, let's go. This filler, I can just simply export it like this, and I can unwrap and use it because I haven't added any detail here. That is something I can do it later also because I'll do it. So this is my filler. Then we have okay, Shift F to see. This is like quite detailed. So this one, I'll go to my subdivision and reduce the subdivision. It's quite low, right? It's quite low. Uday, what are you doing? Why you like you have to clear?
So, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what
Annotate
happened.
as it up. No, no, annotate. You clicked on annotation and then you just dragged, moved your mouse. That's why. Okay.
No, I'm using
So,
my, so something happened.
no, there's a button for annotation in Zoom. You must have clicked it by mistake or something. So, if you clicked it, you can draw on your screen.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
It's okay, no problem. Okay, so this is kind of low poly, but I can export it and use it. But this is something like it's low poly, but it's kind of like dense, right? So I don't want it this much denser. So either I can just simply uh, what I can do is I can just simply remake this thing, reduce the poly count to maybe one. One is 1,000, and 1,000 will be way too low. Let's keep 5,000. Remake it once again. So I have this key mesh and this adaptive size I can increase to 100. Adaptive size is basically the distance. You can see these are bigger square, a polygon, a smaller polygon. So I can stretch this even further. So I can undo 100%. One more time remesh. So it's kind of same only. So Tarun Rawat, we just woke up. So this is like 73,000. This is also still way too high. So to fix this, like I can convert this into my low poly very easily. This kind of structure, what I can do is I can go to remesh. I can go to my dynamesh and use my dynamics, not like maybe 128 dynamics. Okay, Control Z. 128 is the way to go. So what I'll do is slightly high. Basically combine everything and give you all these slight pieces. So as you can see, 13,000 polygons only. If you want, you can use this directly. Just okay. One more thing I can do is this one. Okay, let's hide it. Hide this one. Hide this one. Alert. I want. So let's hide this one as well. Okay, not this one, but this one. Okay. I have this thing only. So what I can do, anything is visible, I can combine them together. Like whatever is visible, I can go to merge, merge, visible. It will create a separate this, file. Click on that. Like you see, you have this entire thing. Control W, same polygroup, everything, and then you can go to geometry, increase the polygon slightly, and dynamic it. So it will basically combine everything, and give you a solid geometry. And there are like few holes and few things. That is something we can be managed very easily. And then if I want, I can go to Z-Dimension and Z-Dimension. This is like uneven and all. That's fine. But this is not we're going to use it anyway. So this is 11,000 something. It's something like our system can handle very easily. Days. So exported. Go back to the actual file. So this part is also done. Then hide them. Done. This is also done. This days. This days, what I can do is reduce subdivision. And you can see this is like quite low poly and have slight undulation. So personally, because this is a portfolio piece, so I'll focus like really low. If I want, I can just simply dynamic and use it directly. Or I can just simply keep the subdivision level 2 or 3, so that I have some level of undulation or silhouette for this surface. Technically, this is just a flat plane, nothing else. If I want, I can use this as well. This will give me like similar amount of detail. Okay, let's do keep this plane. Lowest division. Then we have this design. This one we missed. Let's go to lowest division. Like lowest division. and it's like 8,000. So I can export this. This is my R01, another R, underscore 02. Then we have this one, this section. Reduce the poly count. Oh, sorry, poly count. Either I can dynamesh or I can just simply like decimate, or I can export this. Dynamesh will be better, or maybe like remesh it. Okay, back. Let's see. It's 5,000. This is like more than good enough. Or I can, if I want, I can reduce it even further. Keep it like this. Something. Save it. So I have for this, and this design. I can keep it. There's no need to like put this design because this will be baking this on this surface. And like this is I haven't like added any detail here, so I have to follow the same process and add all the detail here as well. Okay, so basically I have decimated everything and exported. Let's close it and start with our low poly. So I'll open my low poly model and import my high poly in that same file, and snap my low poly on my high poly. So I have to make sure my low poly and high poly, the volume and the silhouette is exactly the same. The shape byte it should be exactly the same, placement and everything. We have to double check it because we have modified like a lot of shape and here and there. So we have to make sure everything matches perfectly. Okay, Uday is joining back again. Okay, maybe with his computer, I believe. Okay, by the time it opens, I'll just mark that. Element one, and then all F1, Gloria present. Then we have present. That's it. Guiding. Testing loading. Okay, fine. Just open our actual file. See, Mac. Yeah. Um, so this is the okay. Oh, that's okay. Do I have the previous version of this? Oh, I don't have it. Okay, anyway, let's check 0, 0, and I put the 0. Okay, it's way too tiny as zebra scale and their scale, the two scales are way too different. Front match perfectly. There are like two sheets here and there have to match. Okay. Then this is like 1905 stuff. So you copy this. So the amount of a steel. So that I can do it. One more time. Let's see. Everything is 0, 0. Lock your scale and it will be, oh, sorry. Where is it? Oh, my bad. Scale is correct. I just have to place it. So it's from 0, 0. Then scale, same. And this is also like I can just check that this, 197.467, 197.467. This will match perfectly. Okay, if I'm doing in the wrong way, what I can do is just give me, I reopen my file, group it, then let's import my file anywhere. So there's no point like doing it, like repeating the same thing again and again, doing it like really like slowly. I just imported everything here. Then my entire group I selected. Then I can go to scale and scale it everything together. That will be like a really nice and easy way to do it. And then I can just 197.467. So it's like kind of easy. Let's go to front and check the placement. The front is kind of fine. Let's check left. Left it's not perfect. Let's see top view. Okay. Range. Why is it matching? Okay. So I can this is my base. So in this I can see this base part. And so like all these things I'm supposed to snap it with my actual high poly. So I can see these two, isolate. This is my low poly, top view, kind of look fine. So make sure low poly and high poly, the volume is slightly more than your this thing, low poly, high poly. So in between, I can see this section. So let's switch off my lines. So I have to increase the volume slightly. Reduce the scale, perspective or front. Make sure match it with the existing shape. And I need a line here. So select, connect, place it here, and can scale, make it perfectly straight. I need one more line here, connect, match the line like this. I can extrude it. Oh, my bad. Select, much better. Match the volume. So I just have to match the volume. Because I got all this blocking. So low poly, high poly matches perfectly. And this thing, inside part, if I want, I can just simply delete, 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 delete this one, this one, isolate, delete this one as well, border, shoot this, I can collapse it, and fill this thing very easily, border, collapse it. It's a solid geometry now. So like this, and it's kind of, you can see it's like kind of really low poly. You can create it like this very easily. Actually, you just have to match your high poly, and one thing you have to make sure that you it's slightly like on the surface or maybe slightly outside or maybe slightly like this much inside is also fine. It will bake perfectly without any error. This is something I have to redo it because I don't have the older version where I created this thing. So I have kind of redo this thing. Let's select this one. Okay. This one I have to delete, and I can use the just export it from the ZBrush one. Oh, these put together. Okay, my bad. This one I have to delete. Place it in the center. There's some alignment issue. So I don't know why this alignment issue happened. High foil is fine. Then why is that? Yeah. Okay, now it's fine. So for this, there are like few things I can do. I can keep on one ring and rest everything I can delete, 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 and I have this one. And now I can simply click this border, cube, match, cube, match. It has to match with the silhouette perfectly. Shape, cube. The keep it really low initially, then if required, you can add in between lines or adjust it. Like slide or so now you see it becomes really nice, clean, circular shape. Fit this. Once it's done, you can just simply delete your high poly, delete your high poly, save your file, then this is not good. Okay, all these things I should delete. Why is this selected? Okay, delete. Then we have this one. Okay, this is something I have to exclude from this or I have to create it separately. This is delete, delete. Separate polygroup means separate this thing. So like this, I have to match and like make sure match it. Later I can just select and like align it. Alt A, center, center, apply. Okay. So this I can see there's a problem. It's not centrally simply aligned. Something I must have messed up. Oh, that's one more mistake I've done is all these pillars. They are supposed to be together. So either I can just attach them together and then align. Alignment, if it's center align, it won't be very difficult. You can do it, Alt A and do it. So recreate this entire thing